Pro gamer. Pro gamer. You come here, Mad Knives, to become a pro gamer. Exactly. Well, we're going to be playing a list today. It was recently published on our YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching that over there. This one we've called Mom Spaghetti. We've called it Spaghetti Blade. We called it Stone Spaghetti. Many names for this, but generally speaking, under the prison archetype, this is Sun and Moon with a blade. I guess package? It's not really a combo. So what are we doing differently? Typically in a Sun and Moon, you're playing a bridge, you're playing a ghostly prison, you're trying to stop an opponent from attacking you with creatures, along with doing that Magus and Blood Moon type effects, and then using white to supplement kind of the red prison element. Instead here, we kind of take a page out of Pyro Prison. You could almost call it Pyro Sun and Moon, because instead of being passive, like most Sun and Moon lists are, we get aggressive. And we get aggressive in some of the most aggressive ways. We can turn one a Stoneforge. Now I've minimized this by only having 2 Simian Spirit Guides, and we do have 3 Gemstone Caverns initially. But you can basically put Stoneforge out and get a Batter Skull, which in itself is kind of like an Ensnaring Bridge against some creature decks. You also have the Sword of Fire and Ice in case you run into blue and red. Sword of Feast and Famine sideboard for black and green. Adjust as your meta dictates. Otherwise, we're using Lukka and Nahiri here to get Emrakul out. We have Magus, Rabblemaster, Seasoned Pyromancer, Simian Spirit Guide as targets for the Emrakul package with the Lukka and Nahiri, specifically Lukka's down tick ability to go get Emrakul. We've supplemented this with Maze Mind Tome, although this may not be what we want to do, and we have Lightning Helix. Now, before we begin, YouTube has suggested we play Bone Crusher Giant in replace of Helix. I will argue you don't want to replace Helix because Helix is there in case you go against an aggressive deck, but I'm willing to entertain maybe a Bone Crusher Giant or 2. If we have a spot in here we think would work, let me know, chat. What's up, Werefleet? What's up, Goblin Master? The Ghost Region's here. Mad Knives is here. How's everyone doing? Locking people out, then put Emmy into play? Exactly. That's what we're here to do, or we just smack them with Batter Skull a whole bunch. You can see -1 Tome, +1 Bone Crusher. That's what I'm thinking. I almost want to do 2 Bone Crushers, 1 Maze Mind out, and then 1 Prismatic Vista out. We have 23 lands then. We have 2 Maze Mind Tome effects here. We have 4 Seasoned Pyromancers. We also have 2 Simian Spirit Guides. If you look at this, it kind of, let's toss Simian Spirit Guide into the land base. It's kind of like having 25 lands, give or take. Some would make an argument, well, then just run your extra Simian Spirit Guides. And what's really awkward about that is we do need to play 3, and then we could play 4. Some would say play some Mind Stones, but we're not really in that Scred category. Maybe this. You want the second sword main? Second sword is for game 2, game 3. That is almost completely confirmed, Werefleet. The idea being that most of our package game 1 takes care of black and green. It's just there to firm up the matchups. Maybe Tome is what we want with so much prowess. See, I haven't run into much prowess lately, Ghost Region. Tome is so underrated. Tome's so underrated. Let's put back a Tome. Let's take out 1 more fetch land and let's try that. We're gonna cut the lands. We're gonna cut the lands to 22 here with 2 Simian Spirit Guides. Some people would go, whoa, that's too crazy. But we play 21 with then, 9 ritual effects and stuff. But we play a lot more 4-drops. Let's give it a shot. With enough Maze Mind Tomes here, Helixes, and then this 3-drop slot, nice and flush with interaction, I think we've got a chance. Not to mention that our sideboard doesn't push the mana base too high. In fact, it's almost always at 3. So you could treat it as an aggro 3-drop that when we flood out just a touch, we get this kind of top end here. Stone Spaghetti, Red-White, Sun and Moon, Modern. Let's play Magic. I hope I have play points and all that. I don't, but I think I have tickets. Bam. Bam, we did it. Let's play Magic. Ghost, I like the list as well. Can we swap out one defense grid? What would you want it for, Warefleet? For matching old border one, I can't. Mana Traders provided me with the cards. I could ask them to continue to give me cards, but there's no guarantee that I'll get the card. So I'm not going to sit here and refresh getting trades from Mana Traders until I get matching borders. We just have to suck it up. Let's play Magic. Look at this. Trimmed a couple lands and immediately get rewarded with a 0 land hand. This is how we drew it up. This is what we wanted. Mulligan. Uh-oh. Maybe it was bad that I cut 2 lands. Let's mulligan this hand too. You can select it, yes, but it does not prioritize it. Mulligan. Here we go. All right, we can keep this. Batterskull away. Let's put the Rabblemaster away so I have some interaction here. Arid Mesa, pass turn. All right. But yes, you can select it, but it does not prioritize it. They will pick whatever is available. And if they do prioritize it in some way, then I need to be taught how. Llanowar Elves from our opponent. Seems good here for a Bone Crusher Giant. Seems good. It's a good start. There's Lukka. There be the Lukka. Oh. Play the stomp side of Bone Crusher Giant and pass the turn. You used to be able to. I can try in the future. I normally just import and export, so I'm not really worried about that, typically. All right, Cavern of Souls here, Razorverge Thicket, Elvish Mystic here. Seems good. And we have a Boreal Druid. Our opponent is doing the things here. I can shut them off white here, which seems like a reasonable thing to do. Shutting them off white. I have Lukka here. I don't have that many planes. I'm gonna go get the second planes here, I think. Do we even really need a second planes? We have Nahiri. We have Lightning Helix, Stoneforge. We'll probably just... I mean, like, I have 1 planes left. The next land will be a Blood Moon, so... Blood Moon away. Go ahead, opponent. Ah, I know where fleet. See, I'm really bad at that. I need to work on my social skills with accepting jokes from chat. I'm just too real for everyone. It's bad. Heritage Druid. Heritage Druid, they don't look like they're going to be doing anything else here, which is okay with us. We got Stoneforge, we got Bone Crusher, we have Nahiri. Let's just play a Stoneforge here. Getting a Batterskull seems like an okay thing to do. Gaining a little bit of life in our future is a-okay. I would love to attack here, but losing the Magus is detrimental to what we were wanting to do, so we'll just pass the turn. My jokes are often very dry. Sometimes having to be there for the joke is a thing. Nettle Sentinel. Dwynen's Elite. We're making a lot of elves here. My Anger the Gods will be pretty good in the future. I feel like I'm like maybe a little loud. See if that adjusts it a little bit. Makes more mana. So much green mana. This whole Lukka make Emrakul thing is going to be medium at best. Izuri, untapped Sentinel. This is a lot. It's a lot, but it's not crazy. All right, so what do we want to do here? I could play a Nahiri and get rid of the Druid. That would shut off a lot of mana in the future. This needs 5 mana, 1 green, but not multiple pips. I feel like Nahiri just killed Druid here is a fine play with like Lukka coming up. I was feeling Nahiri get rid of the Druid too. It's a great choice. I think that's probably okay here. They might go after Nahiri then. Then I'm just gonna like Lukka, Magus, and then have Emrakul. And they're just going to cry. There's only one card we have to beat here. I think slowing them down for a couple turns allows me to attack with Emrakul like twice here. So why not give us that opportunity to potentially attack twice? Pass turn. Losing Nahiri is not a big deal here. We can even probably take a turn here if I get a 5th mana, play Bone Crusher, slap in a Batterskull, then Lukka the Bone Crusher, and still contain Magus of the Moon here. I like where we're going here. We're going against a super wide board here too with really just spot removal. So it's actually feeling like an okay thing. I'm at 18. 18 turn 5 and really not a lot to show for. We'll allow Nahiri to die. Nahiri, you did well. Thank you. We appreciate your business. No problem. 2 mana, new Dwynen's Elite. Okay, makes more Elf Warriors. No real follow-up here. Okay. So we have like, what, a Batterskull turn here? We could also prep by putting one of these into play. They don't have double green here, so it's unlikely that they get something super big. They could Coco in something. I think we just Bone Crusher past turn. We have three Angers? Yeah, we have 3 Angers in the board. We're good. We have 3 Angers, 3 Defense Scripts, 3 Ley Lines, 3 Rest in Peace, and the Sword. You can think of it as the 3-3-3-3-2-1 package. Uses their green mana to put Sentinel into play. This is the board state and no cards in hand. When was the last time you went and fetched for a Batterskull? Ended up playing Seasoned Pyromancer. And ditching this Batterskull. I think that's the plan. Seasoned Pyromancer, ditch these 2, hit that land, get Emrakul down in a turn, have more blockers. Yeah. Look at this opponent. I don't care. I don't need this Batterskull. Makes you sweat when I ditch the card I went and fetched for. Makes you sweat a little bit, right? Alright, Luke is up next, and we'll probably be getting rid of the Seasoned Pyromancer so I can reuse the Seasoned Pyromancer. Nettle Sentinel for my opponent. Nothing going on here for my opponents. They're about to die. A very spaghetti death. Lukka. Good luck. Down tick. Goodbye, Seasoned Pyromancer. It was a pleasure having you in business. Oh, look. Mom Spaghetti is here. I don't get another turn, though. My opponent has 1 turn to find out their true destiny here. Can they defend the Emrakul? Or are we done? Are we done? We're done? We're done. Concession. That worked nicely. That worked nicely. So, what are we bringing in? What are we taking out? Anger the Gods are in. Pretty easy. Sort of Feast and Famine actually can probably find a slot in here as well. Defense Grid, perhaps not. Damping Sphere, maybe. Maybe. Rest in Peace, probably not. And Leyline, probably not. They were in the white package of elves, not the black package from what I could tell. Exiling Pyros off of Lukka means we can't get the second half of Pyro, just FYI. Oh, but we did spiritually. But yes, you're correct. It was an exile effect. I wasn't so worried. I kind of liked having a 4-3 versus a 2-2 anyway. You have showed up. Welcome, KC. All right, Chalice looks good here. Emrakul package looks pretty okay here with the Lukka, Batterskull, and the Nahiri. This is probably okay. The Sword of Fire and Ice. Maguses are good here. Maze Mind Tomes are a little iffy here. Simian Spirit Guides are okay. Rabble Master. Rabble Master's not looking so hot here. I could even make an argument that we could cut a Stoneforge here. Even though getting Batterskull or one of the swords here is nice, maybe not. It's the top priority here. The Tome, like Rest in Peace is good. No. We get Werefleet. You like the swap for the sword? You don't like the idea that I could get this sword and smash into? Probably want to take this sword out, keep the Stoneforge in. You're probably correct. Get Angers and Sword of Feast and Famine in. Rabblemaster's swords out. What am I playing against? I'm playing against elves. There's a part of me that kind of like stares at this Damping Sphere and goes, that's not a bad idea either. The Tomes gaining 4 life is probably not good. Let's do a 1 of Damping Sphere here. The Tomes can help us dig and find the lands we need, but the Damping Sphere might be just kind of a fun little potential silver bullet. It's just going to slow them down a couple turns, where the Maze Mine accelerates us a few turns. It's not like, I'm not going to mulligan to find this. It appeared it was green-white, KC. It appeared it was green-white, so they might not have the green-black one. Sphere doesn't do much on the draw. We have gemstones and we have Simian Spirit Guide. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. All right. Helix, Magus, Maze Mine Tome, so removal. All right. I'm okay with this. It's not a stellar hand. It's not a stellar hand, but that's okay. Sometimes you just got to go with what was given to you, and later we'll draw that sweet anger. This is just a roadblock. Yeah, but we don't always play on the draw. Keep that in mind. We don't always play on the draw. We're kind of like able to steal the draw. S7, indeed. Something spicy. This is a spicy list. Boreal Druid again. Elvish Mystic plus this. Dwynen's Elite. We're making things. Let's go ahead and fetch for our basic planes here. In this scenario, I can probably... We have 3 cards to beat here. I'm probably just going to leave up Helix and then plan to next turn Season Pyromancer. We're more or less needing to dig here. I'll take my 3 damage. That's nothing. End step, I'm going to hit the Elvish Mystic at the minimum. There's a Heritage Druid. The end step here. Let's Helix the Heritage Druid. Helixing here with the intention that if they want to collect a company or cord, they've got to do it now. And if they do that now, then a top deck Anger is looking much more spicy. Collected company here, putting in an Archdruid plus a new Heritage Druid. It's pretty good for them. We're going to probably have to make blockers here with Season Pyromancer. So let's do that. Season Pyromancer, Maze Mine, Magus leaving us, and we can repeat if we need to in our near future. Stoneforge, Season Pyromancer are the pickups here. Sorry, Stoneforge Gemstone. We have extra Season Pyromancer. Elvish Visionary for our opponent. We're looking and digging for Anger here. If I can find Anger, we board wipe, and we probably take the game from there. Magus of the Moon is irrelevant at this point in the game. Block, block, block. I know this is not killing a second creature here, but killing 1 creature and getting a new Season Pyromancer seems like an okay thing to do. Season Pyromancer, run it back here. We're going to get 1 token this time around, I think. Do I want to keep this? Definitely a Magus out. I could do the Gemstone Cavern. It's not terrible leaving myself with a Stoneforge. Let's do that. All right, we have a Season Pyromancer. We have Chalice, Bone Crusher Giants. Got many things coming up here. Is Stoneforge necessary? It's kind of like a way to win after the fact here. Although this might be a kill. This is 6 mana. Elves get +3/+3 and trample. This might be too much here. Block the 3, block the 3. I think this is too much. They can make 9 mana. They would have held this back. They would have been able to make everything +6/+6. 5, 10, 15, 20. All right. We dug, but didn't get there. We need to find that anger a little quicker. Maybe we'll prioritize that in game 3 here. Our singleton removal and digging power didn't quite get us there. There's an anger. So you're going to draw a land, Seasoned Pyromancer, miss again, but create 2 more tokens, and then anger afterwards. But this guy was here, so that guy was there doing the things. Didn't have any sideboard, that's true. Can't always be digging for all the sideboard cards, though. Are we going to just run this back as is? Do I need to bring anything different in? That's true. We were thinking we were going to get to upset them a little bit, but we didn't upset them perhaps enough. We can cut a tome for a second sphere. All right, we'll give that a shot. We'll give that a shot. We're on the play as well. So this is like Sun and Moon with Stoneforge. Yes, it's like, yeah. I was gonna say something and that would have been redundant. Yes, exactly what you said. Let's play first. Okay. I have a Chalice that I can place on 1. I do not have a 3rd land currently. Mom Spaghetti is in hand. So speaking of going for those sideboard cards, we do have this Chalice. How much do we care about it? Do we care enough about it to throw it away here? Rabblemaster is a weak card and we have a dead card. So we're looking at kind of a 5-lander. A 5-card, not 5-lander. I've not done my chores. You're welcome, Zale. Yeah, Season Pyromancer gets rid of Emrakul eventually. I think the turn 2 Chalice is probably okay here. We'll go ahead and keep. Once again, though, we have a hand that... not really any sideboard. We have a high probability to hit those lands, though, necessary to get rid of Emrakul. Basic Forest and Boreal Druid here. Means our Chalice is at least semi-online. And by semi-online, I mean no Cavern of Souls. It's always a good start here. Spaghetti is a 1/1 and a card. A 1/1 Squirrel, perhaps? Horizon Canopy here. Dwynen's Elite. No real big surprises here. Makes a few and attacks for 1. I need a land badly here. And we do hit the land. Alright, so Gemstone Caverns, Seasoned Pyromancer, Ditch Goblin, and Emrakul. Keeping Stoneforge's Sword of Feast and Famine. I think that's an okay line. Digs us a little bit lower. The the Rabblemaster is, again, not the strongest card here. We spin the wheel here. We're 1 away from Lukka now. That's looking good. We can put Stoneforge down, go get Batterskull. And if we miss for a turn, we can put Batterskull and Sword into play pretty easily. I say pretty easily, over a turn or so. Boreal Druid gets countered. They didn't want that. That was a mistake. Okay. We could Lukka now and have Emrakul in play. I think we just go for it, right? Lukka get Emmy. Hope they don't have a path for Seasoned Pyromancer here. Hope they don't have a path. Goodbye, goodbye, Seasoned Pyromancer. That Emrakul you ditched just a moment ago? Can you find that for me? Of course. While you go do that, can you just get exiled? What? That wasn't part of the deal. Mana Tithe? Ooh, Mana Tithe would have gotten us. Then we would have remembered our trigger and gotten them. That's a turn 4 Emrakul with a Seasoned Pyromancer with a Lukka and a Chalcen 1. I don't think it gets any better against elves. Match 1 done. Match 1 done. 37 cards deep. Holy moly. 37 cards. Plus 4 cards in hand. 41. Plus 1 Lukka. It's the meaning of life. 42. Get those numbers straight. Did I have 4 cards left? I don't remember. Did I have 1 Lukka? Yes, absolutely. Easy clap. Well, we tried to. Sometimes they're easy claps, and sometimes they're embarrassing fails. It's like some kind of combination. J Money's our opponent. We have 2 lands. We've got the Stoneforge. Unknown opponent. Let's keep. See what happens. Uh-oh. That's not good. Need a Blood Moon. Sooner rather than later. Let's go pick up our basic mountain here and pass turn. We're doing that just to not draw said mountain there. Opponent's making that green mana. This is going to get dicey. Do we ever look at putting Kiruga and Esper Reanimator? We might. That could be something we look at. Kiruga. We can glance at it before playing that. That'll be the second league today. We'll be playing just 2 leagues today. I'm actually playing 2 leagues today because I was disappointed in my recordings this weekend, so we're going to do these. And these will be what are uploaded to YouTube's. Ugin. Alright. Well, I guess we'll Stoneforge here and pass turn. Go get a Batterskull, you know. Casual Batterskull here, pass turn. Fills the hand again. My opponent has a lot of mana here. I'm going to play this Ugin down. Ugin minus. Destroy. Yes. Right. If we get a Magus here, we're good. If we don't, we just play Rabblemaster kill Ugin, right? It's probably okay to do. Probably want to do this instead of letting Ugin sit around here. It's starting to look a little dicey, though. Jethro Monk gets the top one. We'll be playing the second one in a little while. Welcome. Blast Zone here equals 8 mana. That's always scary because that could be bigger Ugin cousin. Walking Ballista. Double shoots Rabblemaster. Fine by me. Let's I'm going to do Seasoned Pyromancer here, ditching Stoneforge and Maze Mind Tome. We're in a bit of trouble here. Finding a Helix is kind of nice because that could get rid of Walking Ballista depending on how we play this upcoming turn here with their lands, pumping this, playing things out. Is it great, though? Not necessarily at the moment. I do have Sword of Fire and Ice that's potentially getting booted up here, too. Sphere for my opponent. Cantrips making green mana. Sylvan Scrying to get even more mana, because why not? They end up getting a Forest. 5 mana Thragtusk. Thragtusk is actually the least of our worries here. Huh. Helix Sword? It's not bad. I could put Sword down and then I could try to attach it to Seasoned Pyromancer. It probably just gets attached. I'm not so worried about the Thragtusk right now. Actually getting our own Lukka here, if we get to keep Seasoned Pyromancer, would be nice. I think killing Ballista is important here. I think if we're not killing Ballista, we're going to be in trouble. Especially if the only thing they played last turn was a Thragtusk, of all things, and they ended up getting green mana. I think this is fine here. They shoot a token. That'll be their mistake in the future. Alright, they shoot 2 tokens here. We don't gain any life. That's okay, though. Prismatic Vista can go get a basic mountain. And we'll just slap down a Sword of Fire and Ice and pass the turn. It's a mistake, although they don't realize it, because if I top deck Lukka, we get Seasoned Pyromancer. If they top deck Gigantic Karn Ugin, though, it'll be a problem for us. Mine is all they find. I say this, and then they have 10 mana here. Ulamog. Gets rid of sword, gets rid of land? That'd be nice. Could they do that for me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If they get rid of 2 lands, we're okay. Simian, Arid Meso. If they get rid of Seasoned Pyromancer, we're in a little bit of trouble. Actually, we're in a lot of trouble. Don't underplay it. 5 in. Alright, we have 8 Ulamog, 8 Thragtusk. I have a Batterskull that could block, but then we get milled for a bajillion. Let's just concede. Just concede. Unless the next exact card is Lukka and they don't kill Goblin, and I'm okay with taking 15. You know, a lot of problems here. A lot of problems. There they are. There they are. So... we don't ever lose to the Ulamog mill trigger. Doesn't it exile them, actually? I think it exiles them, for being semantically correct. Rest in Peace, nothing. Damping Sphere, nothing. Defense Grid, probably not. Anger, eh. Sort of Feast and Famine, maybe. Leyline, eh. Yeah, it's a exile. Magus is definitely what we do. Bone Crusher is probably a no-go here. I could do 1 Bone Crusher, 1 sword out. I mean, that just makes them discard. I mean, would I even pick this card? Probably not. Damping Sphere is a pretty OP card when you stop overlooking that it's just for spells. Good catch, Jost, 42. Don't ask me why we were thinking otherwise. Let's get rid of 2 Helixes. Damping Sphere in here, being able to shut things off. Magus as well. We're maybe not quite awake. Usually we go and we're starting at like 7 o'clock at night. It's 2 o'clock right now. You're keeping me honest. This is why maybe I shouldn't record during the day for my YouTube videos. I should probably do this at night, but then you doing that at night would be less streams for you all. Just swap the swords, easy peasy. All right, well, I think this is as good as it gets here. We're gonna play this. Keep. Whisper, thank you for the follow. Opponent goes 6, 5, 4, 3. No, wait. Oh, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3. Concede, probably. Our sideboarding skills are incredible. No changes here. I'm not going to bring the other sword in. We're going to just do this. I understand what you're saying maybe about a discard. Maybe sword over Lightning Helix because maybe they mulligan a bunch. I don't know. Alright, do we like this hand? We get a Maze Mind Tome, we could get a Stoneforge Mystic. We could get baited by doing these things. We probably would like to instead, though. I would presume we want to not be doing these two things and probably doing Damping or Magus? My opponent's mulligan to 6 as well, so let's mulligan with them. Let's join them. Oh man, people, this is... Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. My opponent's mulled to 5. I won't have this because I have to keep, because I have to pitch a card. So I have to pitch a card. I want to keep all 3 lands. Pitch a Rabblemaster and pitch the Helix here. Turn 2 Stoneforge, turn 3 Rabblemaster, turn 4 if I hit a land, Stoneforge, Sword of Fire and Ice, and that. Turn 3 with 2 Rabbles is very fast too. If we go that line, let's go that line really quick. So if we do that and ignore the Stoneforge here, turn 2, 1 damage. Turn 3, it's going to be 4 with 2 tokens, 6, so it'll be 7. Turn 3, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4 kill. Turn 4 kill if they're cantripping. We don't have to ship a Rabble. I don't have to. Let's keep this hand Lightning Helix. I'm going to ship a Rabble, but that's also because Stoneforge here. And my opponent's gone to 4 cards here. We're going to ship Stoneforge because this will kill him faster than 4 cards. And if I top deck a Simian Spirit Guide, then we win really fast. Seeing a basic forest here. 2 cards to beat. This is too fast for them. It doesn't matter if they have Natural Tron, which they don't. Good luck, opponent. You're about to get smashed. Turn 2, turn 3. Don't even care about Chalice anymore. In for damage. I think they're on too slow of a clock here. Oh, he dismembered. Dismember and 2 cards now. Well, they have a Tron piece. 1 card left to beat. Rabblemaster number 2. Gonna hold this Gemstone Caverns. Makes black here. Smart. Trying to find something. Okay. We find Natural Tron here very quickly. Would like to have a Chalice in play now to stop some of the cantripping that can happen. It's pretty good turn 4 for our opponent. And they killed a Rabblemaster. If they didn't kill that Rabblemaster and we're doing what they're doing here. Oh my gosh. What kind of hand is this? All right, Prismatic Vista down. We'll crack this. We'll go get white. We're gonna do Seasoned Pyromancer here. They don't have another 1-drop, so no reason to drop a Chalice on 1. Chalice out, Gemstone out. Attack with 2 goblins, pass turn. We're trying to dig for Lukka here. My opponent's done very well here considering they went to 4 cards. 4 cards on the play as well. Sylvan Scrying gets more mana here. We only have 1 card to beat, Blast Zone. Blast Zone to 3 is going to be rough. We have fire and ice. I did not bring in the green-black one because I didn't think the discard would be worth it. But what I can do is put Stoneforge down. I can put Stoneforge down plus Bone Crusher down. Just attack with 2 goblins and an elemental. And the Stoneforge can go get... Batterskull's equip is 5. But Sword of Fire and Ice is 3. I can put it into play off Stoneforge. And attach, right? Or is it 2? 3 to pay, 2 to equip. So we can definitely do that. Yeah, sword is 2. I think I've just got to accept that if they have Ugin, we're going to lose this anyway. The other thing I can do here is go get this sword. What I could do with this sword here is nothing at the moment. I could attack with all of these, they block, and I can then shoot the Thragtusk. Yeah, I'm not worried about this Blast Zone so much. Not the moment. Let's go and attack with elementals and goblins. We're trying to find a way to get around the life that they've gained here. And to the pro-green thing, when they throw this to 3 anyway, it's going to just be a sad day for us. Let's go ahead and kill this. Gives me 1 less creature in play at the moment, but it makes it so that I just have a 3/3 to get through, which then Stoneforge can get through versus the Thragtusk couldn't. They're going to pop this up to put this Blast Zone to 3, I think. Stopping Rabblemaster, Seasoned Pyromancer in the future. Seasoned Pyromancer comes back as tokens. They need 3 mana to pop this, so they use this 3, so they have 5 mana for the 2 cards in hand. Alright, so apparently we decide we're going to immediately do that. This makes Bone Crusher useful for Lukka in our future. Yeah, I don't want to play the Bone Crusher into that. Looks like they're passing the turn back to me. Which I could then sword and just attach to Stoneforge Mystic and attack. Apparently I can just play a new Rabblemaster too. My opponent did nothing huge. I really hate the position we're in right now. This could be killed by a Nature's Claim, but it could also end up being that my opponent has like a very big threat here because they didn't play anything after. So we'll go ahead and attack with everything. See if we connect or if they chump. They'll chump if they have something bigger. Dismembers again. Alright. This is getting rough. So right now, the green-black sword would be doing the same amount. Instead of waiting for the equip there, they in response to equip, they would dismember. So far, sword, regardless of what it was, has done nothing. Alright, Rabblemaster here, attach sword to the elemental, and swing out again. Not caring about my life total. Blocks here, takes 1. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have Ulamog, an unknown card here. Wilt cycles. Plays a land. Oh my gosh, they have Ugin. Oh, they have a big walking ballista. Great. Double shoots Rabblemaster here. The sword has done 8 damage this game. The Rabblemaster plus the sword has done 8 damage. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10. This can go up twice to 4. Play Bone Crusher. Attach sword. I'm not going to attach sword to goblin here. Doing so seems slightly silly. I'm going to hold the land here in case we have Karn and they decide to go up instead of down for some reason. All right, 6/5, a 1/1, a 2/2 over here. We're pumping Walking Ballista to a 3/3 and then a 4/4. My opponent drew nothing. My opponent drew a land to make this a 5/5. It's pretty strong. Let's begin with a combat step here. Attack with a 6/5. This is their only threat right now, but any top deck is scary. So I have one Helix in the deck, so there's no real reason to play to that out. I just throw 2 up, all right? Shoot 2 up and find the Singleton Helix, believe? All right, I don't see a real reason to throw it here because if we top deck the Helix, it won't matter. So 2 upstairs, draw a card. Find a Maze Mine. Is this now a Batterskull turn? Putting 2 threats into play that are likely to kill them. Maze Mine draw. So you guys are okay with this getting another 3 counters and shooting this and then becoming a 3/3? Versus then having the Batterskull to slide the sword onto? Believe? I think it's gotta be a Batterskull to provide a threat here. You can do it off this land here. I need a blocker. It's true. It's true. Otherwise, things get real scary. I suppose Goblin token's not a very good blocker here. All right, opponent. What do you top deck? Well, that's not a good sign. But I don't know if they kill us. Kills Germ, shoots once, grows. Yeah, I think they do grow this, so it's a 6/6. Wow, they didn't shoot this either. Interesting. I attack, they block. So I attack, they block. I think I need to pop the Sunbaked Canyon here just to take a peek at the next card. If they block, they can shoot them for 3. They gain whatever this card is. They have to block and block here. Blocks here, blocks over here. Let's go ahead and take a redraw. I'm doing all this, maybe Helix is right on top. Helix is not on top. Equipping Skull, then they just shoot this 5 and then we lose everything. And we lose the game, probably from there, right? If I swing out here, I will gain 4. They have to do something in response to this. What is wording on Bone Crusher? Whenever it becomes a target of spell, deals 2 damage. So they could only shoot it twice. Target of spell, so it's not abilities. Only spell. Leaving enough mana up allows me to reanimate Seasoned Pyromancer or tokens. Right, but forcing them to ping doing the Batterskull over doesn't do anything. They ping it 5 times and then I don't have this token, I don't have this. Next turn, they pump this 3 times, making it a 4/4 plus this, shoots this. That's 6 in, plus 4, that's 10. I'm going to go to combat with Bone Crusher and Batterskull. I could also go to combat with just the one, but I think I want to go to combat with both of these. Why isn't this... Hold on, make sure these both are attacking them. Blocks here, blocks here, so I'm going to gain 4. I like this so far. All right, I'm at 18 now, so I have more life total to work with here. I can attach Batterskull over here. I could do that, yes. I can currently now do that because Walking Ballista can only shoot twice. So this probably kills here now. If I do 5 onto here, what does that gain me in the long run? Just makes Ugin not do an uptick ability this turn. And then I have Sword plus Batterskull. And where are they going? Six, 12. This can go up to 9. I think I'm going to use the Pyromancer from the yard and force it that way. Star from our opponent. It's a freebie from Ugin. I think it's Pyro from the yard here. We have a Seasoned Pyromancer over here. Ancient Stirrings, this most certainly probably kills us though. They can find a nice goodie here. They still have mana to kill me from 18. So they pump this 3 times, it's 9. I play Seasoned Pyromancer tokens out and they have to shoot all 3 to get past them during combat. So 1, 2, 3, maybe 2 because they do Ugin here. So this becomes a 8/8 and that gets me to 16 or 2. So we're fine mana-wise. We have a difficult decision here. The other thing is we've left mana open. Things can get kind of interesting for my opponent. They find a worm coil, so in some ways we almost certainly now have to find the helix. Plays a worm coil for 4. We have 4. We have 1 pump here on Walking Ballista, which is what they do. They take it to 7. Wait, where'd they get the... Oh, they played a land. Okay, 2 pumps here for Walking Ballista. Upticks, making another 2/2 here. An attack step I can. They shoot that. We're going to go ahead and Pyro back. See how much else they want to shoot here. Pew, 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 pew. All right, it's a 5-5. We can go down to 8 here. I need something that flies. Get a damping sphere. So Maze Mine Tome, crack Maze Mine Tome. I'll have 3 mana after that. 3 mana, it's gotta be Helix. Tome Scry. Tome Scry doesn't do anything for us. Tome draw and naturally draw the Helix. That's the line, right? Offering 6 in here for this. The other thing is I could gain a bunch, but gaining 10 here doesn't do it for me. I'm trying to think if there's anything else here by attaching here. I think it's the only out at this point. So Maze Mine Tome, take a draw. If it's Helix off the top, we get the W. If not, my opponent's got it. Draw? Let's attack. We don't give up yet. We attack. Maybe they forget to block. I think this was very close considering there was a mull to 4 and we were mull to 6, but we also got rid of a card, so we were kind of like a mull to 5. We have not played a land for the turn. Correct. Not sure what playing a land for the turn will do for me. We'll scry one more here, see if it was on top. Bone Crusher. Oh. Play Sphere? Nah, the game's over. I'll let them smash me for the most. Really, we should be hitting right-click concede, but we'll let them do as much as they want. They top deck another land here. Dang. Dang. I'm going to see if the next couple cards... Let's see if we were 2 or 3 cards away from that. So if we would have played... If we would have played Stoneforge first versus 2 Rabble Masters, who knows? There's a Nahiri. The answer is no. Look at all these dead cards. 1-1 overall, though. They had 13 damage on board. They had a lot more than 13. They had a lot more. They had 2 3/3s. They had a 5/5 and a 2/2. That's 13 with no pumps. But when you think about it, it's really 18 because the Walking Ballista can do an additional 5 pings. Blame me? We're not blaming. We're just thinking, should we have curved out? We got a little bit baited thinking, okay, they're down to 4 cards. If they have Natural Tron, they're going to do Karn or Ugin. If it's just one blocker, we can get through with our wide board. And if it's Karn, they down tick. They only kill one of the Rabble Masters, and we kill them with the other. So we went with that line. If we would have curved out, it's likely that they would have dismembered our Stoneforge, not letting us bring in like a Batter Skull. And then from there, we could have played a Rabble Master, and it would have been active for turn 3 and 4, not just turn 4 there. Or sorry, 3, yeah, 3, 4. All right, next match though. Let's not dwindle on it. We play first. We're gonna keep this hand. Two lands is okay. 1 is bad though. Just letting Tron exist. Crab. Okay. We just need 1 more land, and we should have this game close to locked out here, I think. Not to mention that Crab does not scare us too much. I wonder why. Chalice on 1 here. Go ahead, opponent. Would love the Magus to shut off black or white, depending on what variant they're playing. Uh-oh. Hold up. They just targeted themselves. Playing a white variant of Hedron Crab. Is this Vesperlark Reanimator? Targets themselves twice. Puts this into play tapped. My friend, have you been watching my videos? If not, please go look. How can this not be someone that's watched us? This is literally Ashen Rider, Jace, and Body Double. If you're wondering what the second league of tonight is, if you're wondering just briefly, cards such as Ashen Rider, Jace, Hedron Crab, and Hallowed Fountain. Anyway. They haven't responded. They haven't responded. By the way, Blood Moon wrecks this list, but we don't get the Blood Moon. Cool deck, how are you larking it? Polluted Delta, show me the Gorios. Footsteps of the Gorios. Ah, this person's playing our list. By the way, we know it's our list because I never found anybody playing this. We're about to lose 2 lands. Kill me, opponent. Just kill me. Prove to me this is a great list. Yes. Footsteps me. Yes. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. They haven't responded. The only part of this I don't love is they haven't responded. I have become the thing you desired to be. Captain Premium Jank. They haven't responded. I don't know how I feel about this non-responsiveness. I gotta let it play out because there's something truly amazing that must happen when a Vesperlark person plays, and it is playing the deck to its full value. Maybe they're in my stream. Maybe. And I don't really care at this point. How do you know when a brew you've come up with has finally made it, and or you as a streamer has made it? When you run into the complete ridiculousness of your brew smashing you. Opponent, conceding. We don't play Liliana. It's 2 tier. It's 2 top tier. Denying you everything. Denied. Unbelievable. I thought they were my friend. Thought we were friends. Can't do that to me. Respect it. Respect Vesperlark. Don't put that tier junk in there. Gosh. Unbelievable. Alright, what are we doing here? Helixes look fine. Tomes are okay. Rabblemaster or Magus is where we want to be. Chalice is actually pretty poor against this list, so 3 Chalices out. Rest in peace in. They probably have like Thoughtseize or something ridiculous. You know, tier 1 over there. We're going to submit this. Rest in peace is what we want, or Magus of the Moon. You can't lose if your own deck beats you. Just have to accept the fact that you are now proud father. Still waiting for someone to play the Gideon's Pact against you. I know, Gideon's Pact hasn't found us yet. Let's play first. Let's see how good they are. I bet they have that tier 1 garbage like Force of Negation here, Liliana and Thoughtseize. Too bad. They just Thoughtseize themselves to put the card in the graveyard? What if we leyline? I'm not leylining. That's what we do. We Thoughtseize ourselves to put cards in the graveyard. Good luck, opponent. Can you beat a Rest in Peace? There we go. All right. Just need one more land and we'll be off to the races here. This is an extremely hard card for this deck to beat. They what they end up doing, or what they should start doing if they have the crabs in hand, is they should go full on milieu, but we have the Emrakul, so we're pretty good there. They won't be playing surgical. The deck has too much of like Ionas, Elesh Norns, and all this other jank in there that you don't have any room to do anything but the combo. Watery Grave here. Taps it in. Land, please. Thank you. Right on time. Stoneforge Mystic here. Probably could pick up a sword. Doing that over the Batterskull. I know Batterskull probably wins a little bit harder, but Sword of Fire and Ice protecting something and being in blue and black. The blue, maybe they have bounces. Rip says you don't have to have, but you don't get to have Emrakul. No, Casey, we show that to them, and even though it's exiling, I just show them and be like, you're playing jank. This, even though it's exiling, you were beat. Concede. And then they're like, what? Get milled. Collective Brutality, pitching a Woodfall Primus, and takes a look at the hand. The hand is beautiful. Another reason to grab a 3-drop artifact instead of a 4 or 5-drop. Would love to play Magus of the Moon, but we don't get to pass the turn. Just play God Eternals. Can we get to the point where we end up getting like a Scarab God in our 75? Hallowed Fountain. I'm still so disappointed though they're not talking to us. Look, it's Vesper Lark. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's so our deck. It's unbelievable. It's incredible. It's amazing. It's amazing. Magus here past turn. They do need their whites and blacks. Collective Brutality, Vesper Larks, Ashen Riders. Jace should be able to be played still. I'm going to get this sword ready. Ready and going. No attack here in case they're playing some weird Snapcaster build. They had Liliana. Man, you're so lucky, opponent. You find the coolest things here. You find the coolest things. Let's play a secondary Magus here in case they play Liliana, because they're playing that tier craziness. Past turn. They didn't have an extra Collective Brutality, so we're good for one more turn here. Forcing my opponent to have Collective Brutality plus Liliana is probably a good spot to be in. Hook this up. Oh, I clicked too much. Attach. In for 4. Ho ho! Hooray! I feel dirty beating this list because we love this list, but I also know some of its crazy pitfalls. Maze Mind Tome, just beating them in with the sword. We should have this pretty close to cleaned up here. There's the Jace. Jace dies here to the Sword of Fire and Ice. I love it, I love it, I love it. But they still haven't responded. Still haven't responded. Hex. Etri. If you're watching, leave a comment on YouTube. And thank you for playing Vesper Esper. By the way, Squirmit, did we play an arena earlier today? Did we play an arena earlier today, Squirmit? We're going to keep as is, by the way. Sort of Feast and Famine might be okay to bring in. That over like one Season Pyromancer may be okay. Even against one Lightning Helix might be alright. That way we don't get hit by a Collective Brutality. Yes! This is your deck, in fact. Yes! Yeah, historic. Just real quick, because I still have the screenshot. Boom, squirm it. Squirm it. Anyway. Board out the last chalice for the sword. Sounds good. I'm good with that. I want to bring this back up. They're chatting to us now. All right. Let's ask, what version are you on by chance? The latest? Stitcher? Or not there yet? Ah, Stitcher. Good choice. Alright, what do we think about this hand? We can play a fast Stoneforge Mystic, or we can Helix off a Crab. Stitcher is kind of the reason why, this is the exact reason why we play the Stitcher version. Stitcher or not there yet? Thanks. Did you see original Iona Painter build? the original list had Iona Painter. I know we're like totally sidetracking here, but you can't. Oh, please. All right. Do I keep this hand? We don't have a Blood Moon effect here. We don't have a Rest in Peace. We have a Stoneforge. Getting the green, maybe that's a bad idea that we brought in that other sword. Yep. I think we go for some of our sideboards. Let's mulligan for sideboard cards like Rest in Peace and Moon. There's Moon. They're like, I won't stream Sight View. Thank you. I think this is a keep. Keep, we get rid of Nahiri. Maybe just Maze Mind here to be able to turn 2 this. It's a turn 3 Magus. Or sorry, it could be a turn 2 Magus. I get all my turns out of order here. I think we keep this. Nahiri's gone. Gemstone in. Maybe I'm supposed to just get rid of the Seasoned Pyromancer because this digs more. Let's do that because it's actually castable. Now the question is, do we want to do Stoneforge or do we want to do Maze Mind Tome? Maybe if they play a dual land here, I try to get the Magus out. Baluted Delta. Obviously, the list across from us just needs Simian Spirit Guide added to it now. Crab. All right, so we have a crab here. I probably want to try to hit this Magus sooner rather than later. Let's go get white. Let's put the Maze Mind Tome down. I got a couple scries here. Citizen Panda, thank you for the follow. Scry. Who needs Stoneforge when you're going to just draw the Batter Skull? All right, we're going for 2 scries here, trying to find our land, get the Magus down, and stop my opponent from beating us. Fetch land here. They'll have to, unfortunately, go get black mana. They're fetching in response to the trigger. I like that. Watery Grave here. Looking good. Good sequencing. Footsteps bin. Bunch of lands. That's not good. Ashen Rider body double. Oh, no. Oh, if they do the Vesperal Arc. If they just evoke right here. We're donezo. Oh, don't evoke me. I want to do this. Oh, thank goodness. I never get to evoke here on turn 2. My opponent almost got it. Whiff. Whiff. Land. Ah, we got the land. Oh. All right, turn 2 Magus here using the Maze Mind, scrying some items to the bottom. Oh, we have black though. opponent's got this black. Uh-oh. We're not done yet. Oh, don't kill this. Don't have another collective brutality. Oh, duh. Just footsteps me. Just footsteps me. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I look for... why do they get the basic? Why can't I get the basic when I play this list? I think Ghost is a bit behind, saying GG as I'm losing my Magus and about to lose a land here too. Ghost, I think you need to refresh because we're getting wrecked. Maybe they have more basics than we play. I kind of want to know if they've tuned something. Kind of want to know. They're doing all the dream. Maybe we should be playing more basics. Oh, they go after Maze Mind Tome. What a play. All right, we get a Sword of Feast and Famine, which is kind of an awkward card to have. Stoneforge Mystic, go get Batterskull. Or do I do Sword of Fire and Ice here? Protection black. ETB black. The other one's ETB green. So Sword of Feast and Famine actually protects. Batterskull is probably just an extra thing. Sword of Fire and Ice. Do I need that? No, let's go get Batterskull. Let's go get Batterskull. If they don't have any crazy turn this turn, I can put Batterskull in and Sword in. Maybe Sword to protect Stoneforge. If I top deck a land. Oh, they're just gonna footsteps me again. Oh, it's so painful. Stop. And I love it. Oh. Takes my land here. Oh, they could take me off double white here. Uh-oh. Actually, that might be the play. Could kill Stoneforge, but okay, they go after Stoneforge. I could Helix this, but I'm going Stoneforge. I'm getting all... I'm sorry. Don't be. I am loving this. My deck is too fun. Yeah, they'll both protect, but we've got all of the swords here. So footsteps, footsteps, footsteps. We're evoking Vesperlark. Oh, gets the body double back. Gets the body double back. Gets the Ashen Rider off the body double. It is, Zale, and they're completely wrecking me. I cannot get anything to stick here. I can get nothing to stick here. I've lost land, Stoneforge, land, Maze Mind, Magus. I've got nothing. So show us chat. We'll try to leave this in. Here's the whole chat. You don't need to see the other side. There you go. Just the lilies. You optimized it well. I have to like tab out to hit OK. Hold on, I'll hit F6. Then we'll bring the chat back up. They're so nice. Oh, if they okay, it's Lily. So they added Liliana, which is interesting because double black is exceptionally hard to get in the list. But now they're going to blow up my Stoneforge. All right, let me move the chat off. I'll let you know if they say anything else. We'll get them in for the conversation later. I'm getting beaten down by a 5/5. I'm asking what they cut for Lily. They've got us anyway. The Rest in Peace would have helped us quite a bit, but no Rest in Peace. What's our record so far? How much did I miss? We're 1-1 and enjoying an absolute moment of bliss against our own brew. Oh, they have Iona. Oh, evoke me one more time. The mind wrench things. Okay. Okay, mind rake. They took out the 2 mind rakes for Liliana. It's probably not a bad idea now that we think about it. Oh, we do. We do, Casey. Zale knows. Zale knows. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Got that Simian Spirit Guide. What things do you need to get done, Zale? What things do you need to get done? By the way, if you're very interested in my opponent's list, stick around. It is League number 2. Here, get rid of Batterskull now. There's the Stitcher. Hitting me for 5. Oh, it's good. It's good stuff. They're going to stop by. Everything. I had to seal some things with some expanding foam today, and then I fixed some other stuff. This is too good. This was the moment that we all wanted. We have a Pyro Prison Community brew against a Fluffy Wolf 2 brew. This is how the storyline's supposed to be written. The Cinderella story. We've got a fan. Woo! I might build a version with the lilies. Casey, many people are starting to slowly trickle into the idea of this, even if it just gets blown out 1 or 2 times. If it doesn't get blown out by like a rest in peace, you're good. You're good. Oh! Oh. I can play for another turn if I want to. Let's do it. Let's do it. You owned Reanimator before looting got banned? Makes sense, Casey. Looting, then we'd be playing like a Mardu probably version of this. But because looting's not such a thing. Oh. I'm going to live 1 more turn, opponent. I'm going to live 1 more turn. You get to do a few more things. Going 1 more turn. I was just black-red Emrakul on turn 2 shenanigans. Sounds pretty good. Definitely with Goryo, right? Oh, they just collected Brutality. Me. I think the list needs like an extra basic swamp if they're doing a Liliana, but hey. They got us. They got us. All right, we're 1-2 overall. We've got 2 matches left before we wander over to doing just what our opponent was doing. We're currently playing Spaghetti Mom here in Modern. Two matches, though, and then we'll go play exactly what was going on there. Hey, Hex. Hello. Thank you once for the follow and 2 for playing the Vesper Esperlar list. Thank you, thank you. I saw... all I saw was your land and crab, and I was like, mill. We have Emrakul. Not a problem. And then I saw target self and fetch, and I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, I've seen a blue-white mill, but they're going after themselves, some like Dredgevine or something. And then I saw the graveyard, and I was like, it's our list. Oh, look, it's Freed Media as well. We're running into everyone today. Running into everyone. All right, gemstone down here. Don't want to exile Sword of Fire and Ice. Let's go with the Simian Spirit Guide. We're probably going to be playing Stoneforge or Chalice on 1. Yes, please 5-0 with the list. We've been trying ever so hard to get a 5-0 and get it posted. If you get it posted, come back, let us know, and I will like latch onto that 5-0 posting and give you all kinds of praise, and I will write up my things. You write up your stuff, and we'll get it known, and then we'll get it banned because it'll be so OP. Also, Casey, thank you for giving Hex a gifted sub. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed the list. I've thought about putting Liliana in there, but I kind of like the Mind Rake. You're definitely not wrong to put Liliana in there because we're in that state of going, oh, well, I want to be able to, I want to be able to get rid of cards in my hand. So Liliana does do that, and it's actually a relatively good card to be playing. Please do. Collective Brutality here for our opponents. All right, let's fetch here. Basic Plains, Seasoned Pyromancer. It's kind of weird to put a sword into play and not have anything to attach to it. Let's do the Seasoned Pyromancer, getting rid of Batterskull Helix, maybe? The idea here is I'm probably not going to need this. I'll probably not need the Batterskull here to win this game. I'm probably going to need just a, Nahiri, Emrakul, Lukka, Emrakul. 3 mana, Skyclave. Okay. Short of a land here, I probably just smack in the sword. Plan to hook it up to an elemental here. So sword, pass turn here. El Rodeo, what's up? It is going exceptionally well. We ran into our own brew, and it was fabulous to see. My opponent plays a Skyclave here as well, getting rid of our sword, fire and ice. This is getting a little awkward here. A little awkward, but manageable. Manageable. Go ahead and slap down a Nahiri here. Nahiri's not going to do a whole lot other than do a little filtering for me. Going to get rid of this Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge Mystic is quite literally a dead card now. We have lost our Batterskull, and we have lost our Sword of Fire and Ice here in game number 1. Liliana from my opponent. I assume this is going to be an uptick. Down tick, kill an elemental. Okay. Attacks for 4 at Nahiri. Does so. I guess I should have read Vesperlark. I probably would have built it before. I think I'm only missing the Hallowed Fountains for paper. We are streaming a little early, indeed. Oh gosh, they have their own Stoneforge package. This is insane. Sword of Feast and Famine. Ah, shoot. There's Lukka. Make the elemental a 15/15. I really wish I could. It could hit anything. It could hit another Stoneforge. Could hit Seasoned Pyromancer. It could hit a Magus. A lot of things it could hit. So what happens when I get rid of one of these? When it leaves, exile card creates an XX illusion. It could be a Spaghetti Mom. It could be. So we have a bit of a problem here with the Sword of Feast and Famine. Sword of Feast and Famine attaches, and then it hooks itself up to Skyclave, and it's going to make us discard. I think I'm going to have to put in the Seasoned Pyromancer here. and try to just find my other Lukka. And if we don't hit anything too crazy here, I can either do cantrip with the Nahiri or exile. Exiling doesn't seem like too bad of an idea now, because I have the extra land now for the Sunbaked, and I could put the Stoneforge down. I could also go up here, but if I go up, I'm just losing it to these anyway. Let's go ahead and exile one of these. We're losing a card anyway to the Liliana. I'm just going to go ahead and play my Stoneforge here to hopefully have enough creatures to kill this. Stoneforge we will not use because we don't have any more items in the deck for it to hit and latch onto. Elemental will not attack due to Stoneforge fears. We put a Sword of Feast and Famine into play. We can attach it to flying. Decides to attach it here, and I don't like that. Plays a land, upticks. Okay. I don't like that play at all. Let's put our land into play here. Cantrip. Or sorry, not cantrip. First fetch, then cantrip. Finding another land. So if I attack with everything here, blocks, kills, we get in for at least 3 here at Liliana. What if I do this, and this, then I leave myself a 3/3 in case I top deck Lukka? Block, take 2. That's probably the line here. They'll kill 2 things here. We'll have 2 elementals. We'll have a Seasoned Pyromancer. We're going to be looking for Lukka off the top. They're going to get to make me discard, untap, all that good stuff. This is probably about as even as I can make it, though. Field of Ruin here. And attacks me. Attacks me for just the 3. No blocks. Would like to keep my Seasoned Pyromancer. Makes us discard and they untap lands. We'll discard our Sacred Foundry. They might move this like over here to just make this bigger. Oh, they field me. Okay. I'll take an extra planes here in case I draw the Magus of the Moon. Ooh, Maze Mine Tome. Okay. Maze Mine, pass turn. After they attack and at the end step, we can draw a card with Maze Mine Tome. I assume Sword is going to be moved over here. But maybe it won't be. Maybe it won't be. Alright, let's just jump block. Keep my life total a little bit higher. Don't need to be losing it all here. Maze Mine Tome draws a card here. I'm going to take the natural draw. Okay. Shoot and play Bone Crusher Giant. Shooting gives me a 3/3 and putting Bone Crusher Giant in gives us quite a few creatures to block with. Wonder how much I care about a Chalice on 1 here. Inquisition Thoughtseize is probably not going to be very useful going forward. Path would be a bit frustrating. Push is a little bit frustrating. It's not the scariest thing here. We're going to have an extra token. Alright, we'll just do this. Pass turn. I'm going to attack with 2. Restoration Angel would be a little bit rough here, but I get the sense they're not playing a Restoration Angel. Or if they are, they don't have many. Silent Clearing played here and goes ahead and cantrips that. Inquisitions, there goes my Chalice. All right. That's fine. If I got the extra turn, I would have been good there. Let's go ahead and take a scry. Well, Rabble Master's kind of interesting, but doesn't win us the game. Let's bottom that. I'll take a natural draw here again. Alright, let's attack like this. This makes it kind of interesting. So Elemental, Goblin, and Bone Crusher coming in here. We get in for 5 here. They want to keep Stoneforge. Why? I don't know. Hey, Juicebox. Thanks for the follow. Literally wants you to play Rabble Master. Occasionally it gets really excited. Noting that my opponent's now played 2 silent clearings in a row, you'll notice that happens more often than it would in paper. And what I mean by that is you're going to see a lot of duplication. But there's no such thing as a moto bug. I'm going to take 1 scry here, I think. Because if I hit Lukka here, it's great. I'm going to be playing Seasoned Pyromancer and digging. So scrying here, just looking for that Lukka. No Lukka to be found. Let's go to combat here. This looks kind of interesting with this Helix now in hand. Rinse and repeat the same attack, make it look not suspicious. And I know I could send Helix up. I know I could have attacked with more, but just clear this. I almost want to see more of their list. And playing out this way allows us to have backup plans. Maybe they have a damnation, then we're in trouble. But seeing an extra card here wouldn't be bad information. We know it's black-white. We know it's a bit of this Skyclave stuff we've seen in the past. I don't think Freed's going to show us anything else. We do respect Freed. Freed's got some cool things that they play from time to time. All right, Ley Lines are coming in. Sword of Feast and Famine is going to be a swap as well. Honestly, Anger the Gods probably not a bad idea either. Sword, Fire and Ice gets a go here. And then what? I'm going to take Chalice out. We're going to bring Ley Lines in, replacing Chalice here. Let's take out a Rabble Master or 2 as well. The Rabble Master is coming out because my opponent's playing Stoneforge and may have Batterskull. The worst feeling in the world is watching Batterskull just take a token every turn, and I'm gaining 4 life by doing nothing. Ley Lines in, Anger's in, Swords of Feast and Famine. Speaking of... Alright, we'll keep this. I've got 2 Ley Lines. I've got an Anger. My opponent does play creatures, so... I'll do this with the idea of Angers first, then maybe Sword. We'll see if that's how this all lines up. For those that are new to the deck, but maybe those veterans that have seen it the one time it's been published, you'll notice that this is in play now. I'm trying to Needle Verge instead of the Dwarf Mine, because I wasn't ever really excited about the Dwarf Mine. So we'll see if that helps us. I really hate that I didn't fetch a basic Plains. This was a huge mistake. But maybe my opponent will continue to make mistakes like I do. Answer being no. Liliana. Don't ask. You don't want to know why. Getting rid of Anger the Gods here. Let's put this on the white side. Let's go ahead and Rabble Master. Rabble Master theoretically gets around Liliana a little bit by creating a token here. We're assuming one of those cards is an Inquisition or a Thoughtseize. Next play is actually Magus, followed by a Seasoned or Sword at that point. They can't easily fatal push this, though they could fatal push this and down tick. They can easily fatal push Rabble Master now by using Silent Clearing. Once again, though, I have to assume one of those cards is that Inquisition or Thoughtseize. Opponent makes us discard. We'll probably discard Seasoned Pyromancer here. Fatal push on Rabble Master. There you go. It's a pretty good turn. Pretty good turn. Magus the Moon in. Not going to go get the basic planes. Don't worry. That's on purpose. We're going to hit Liliana here for 1 and pass turn. The idea is Liliana will be upticking, and I'd rather have a Sword of Feast and Famine in than just playing this to get a basic planes at this point. Target player, you're right. You people are brilliant, and I'm just talking nonsense. I still like my plan here for the uptick portion. But yes, you're all correct. It hasn't hurt us yet, though. They can't down tick, you're right, because Liliana target. See, this card's 2 tier 1. I can't handle it. You guys are right. When we learn that I'm just a silly willy? No, when we learn that I just give cards the absolute maximum power, regardless of what I'm playing. Alright, Free Mania takes this, we take Free Mania down. See, I'm getting everything confused. We're 1-1, or bleh. Yeah, we're 1-1, 1-1. If I get criticized too much here, we won't bonus stream anymore. I need my pizza. Oh wait, I had that even for lunch. Ugh. Let's hydrate. Maybe our brain cells are dehydrating. I do criticize myself more. I do. I tend to be a very hypercritical person. It's not very good for my personality and how I address myself sometimes once I realize I've made an absolute horrendous mistake. I curl up into a ball. I hide. Alright, so we're against what appears to be elves again, which is kind of interesting to run into this twice. We'll see. Magus blowing up this Llanowar elf could be a thing. Pendelhaven. Yep. Pendelhaven. All right. What happened this week? Did someone do something with elves this week? Can I know, please? Lightning Helix, the green source here, hoping that I can get a Magus. If I can get a Magus, I can then do Rabble Master, or an extra Magus. They do find their extra green source here, so my opponent will have at least 1 green if I do top deck that land. If I don't, Stoneforge will be the next play here. Opponent connects for 3 damage. Alright, Stoneforge here. Go get Batterskull. It's not looking very good here with Azuri. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make everything +3/+3, so 3, 6, 9. Now they can attack with another here as well. Yeah, this looks really sketchy. We'll just let this all hit because trampling and protecting 2 of it's not really changing anything. 3, 6, 9, 12, plus a whole bunch more. I'm at 2. Can go to 1. Batterskull protects some damage here. I think we show no more. We got to win it in games 2 and 3. We should have a good chance of doing that against our little elves. Anger the Gods in here. And we did what? Damping Sphere last time? Last time we pulled out Rabble Masters. 3, 4 Rabble Masters and 2 Maze Mind Tomes. So we'll keep it as such here. And we brought in Sword. So we had all the Sword options, which to me made sense. We could drop the Sword of Fire and Ice. But I like having that as an option as well. You can target and kill their little creatures. Grows yours. Lets you draw. Does many things that we want it to be doing. With that, looking for Angers, Damping Spheres, or Chalices on quick ones. Speaking of all of those. Speaking of. We'll keep it. Where's Ghost? Ghost would be super happy with me keeping a hand like this. Sideboard card, sideboard card, sideboard card, sideboard card. Perfect. Heritage Druid from our opponents. Ooh. Most definitely give it a Chalice first, then Damping Sphere. They could have Dwynen's Elite and then play two things here. If they do, top deck Anger's looking good. Damping Sphere stops the Dwynen's Elite, but then they play just a 1-drop. And they'll get there slowly. This is encouraging a little bit more to be played into our potential Anger. No Anger here, unfortunately, so we'll just play Damping Sphere past the turn. We do need that land soon. Super soon here. Elvish Visionary. And they have a lot of mana here, but they can't play too quickly out, which is nice. Makes 5 mana. Plays a lead at the Stampede. It's actually really good considering I have an Anger. Elvish Mystic, Heritage Druid, and Izuri here. They might try to play like an additional Mystic or Heritage Druid this turn. They may also just swing and wait till next turn. Nope, they're going for it. They might even play Izuri out, which means I need a top deck land here super bad. Plays Izuri out. Land. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Am I just dead here? Plays these out with the mana here. Izuri activation. Kills. Well, we didn't get our third land there. That was a quick 0-2. Quick 0-2 there against Elves. We had all the sideboard there. That is a most serious bummer. Next land was the land. So I was going to get the Anger of the Gods. Be able to play it down. Ah, well. Spaghetti Mom. Stoneblade. Getting a sweet 2-2 and then kind of getting rolled over here by the Elves there on turn 4. Just missing our land. We do hit the land drops. Didn't quite have enough. Chalice would have stopped the other two things from coming in. We just noted that. Down. So this Anger clears this board out. We would have been good. Ah, well. Ah, well. It's okay. We played this list here. Did pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how this list is coming together. I think it's got a nice level of being controlling, but also providing some interesting angles that as you tune it slightly based on your meta, you can really hammer it home on some people. Maybe the Chalice isn't very great. You bring in some more Helix and Bone Crusher Giants. If the Chalice is fantastic, maybe you're playing that. You can drop Maze Mind Tomes if you wanted to. Maybe you don't own the Seasoned Pyromancers, play more Crushers. It's pretty good. Rabble Master, definitely very good in this list. Maybe there's another creature on 3 that you'd prefer to have that's better. Maybe it's 4 Bone Crushers and 2 Rabble Masters. Not a very quick clock, but definitely something that could enjoy itself. No bridge because we're playing Emrakul. But there you have it.